Today we're going to make this luscious smothered chicken, and we're cooking in the kitchen at the Mosheim Mansion with two guests who are here on their honeymoon. Let me introduce Sherry and Bruce. Hello. Sherry's the one on the right, in case you weren't sure. And now I understand you're on your honeymoon.
That's right.
And when did you get married?
We got married Saturday, January 10th.
So just like 2 days ago, and here you are working in the kitchen.
Put us to work.
You never know what you're in for when you come to the Mosheim Mansion. So what are you going to show us how to make today?
As you mentioned, this is a smothered chicken. We're going to be showing you the ingredients that we use to make this. It's a very simple dish, and it's good for people like us, the two of us who are diabetic, and we'll explain more about that as we
Or anyone who's low glycemic, whether they're paleo or low carb or whatever, right?
Correct.
Exactly.
When we're all trying to be healthy right after the new year. So let's take a look at what goes into this dish.
Okay, we're going to be using chicken thighs as opposed to chicken breasts because we find them easier to work with, and actually we find them to be a lot more flavorful. Well, to start off with, the best thing to do is to cut up your veggies first. The first thing we're going to do is cut up some onion, some red bells, but you could use any of the various colors of bells that you want, mushroom, and julienne carrots.
Okay.
The spices, actually, I'll talk about these two in a minute. The spices we're going to be marinating them in are the sea salt, ground black pepper. We like paprika as opposed to chili pepper. And I'm sorry, paprika and cayenne as opposed to chili. And brown sugar.
Yum. And what does the brown sugar do? Because if you're diabetic, some people might say, why is there brown sugar in your dish?
And that's a good question. We cut out all the things that have sugar, like sodas, desserts, pastas, what else?
Rice, potatoes.
Anything that has sugar in it, so that from time to time we can enjoy a dish made with the flavor of the brown sugar.
Okay, fantastic. So you've made the marinade for the chicken, and how long do you marinate it?
About 20 minutes.
Okay, nice.
The first thing you're going to do is, you're going to take the boneless, skinless chicken thighs, put them in a bowl, just saturate them in olive oil, and then you're going to mix in the four spices that we just showed you. Now, don't be afraid to get your hands there. Get your hands in there and rub it in there real good, especially on the rough side of the chicken thigh, because that's where it absorbs the flavor.
Okay.
Let those marinate for about 20 minutes.
Alrighty, and then on the website and on Facebook, we will have the recipe with a little more exact amounts, so you don't have to try to memorize it now. So now this chicken's been marinating for 20 minutes. What's next?
Well, now we're going to sear it in a hot stick-free or pan. What do you call these things?
Non-stick.
Non-stick skillet, and we're going to be searing them in butter.
And Sherry, why don't you explain what searing is?
Well, what I understood about searing is it's a dry heat, other than the fat that you're using. You're not deep frying in fat. It's just a little layer of fat on there. In this case, it's a little bit of butter, and there's already olive oil on the chicken, so that's all you need. You don't add any liquid.
Okay, nice and easy. So how do you know when that butter's hot enough?
The butter's hot enough when the bubbles stop. And right after the bubbles stop, it starts to turn brown. So the minute those bubbles stop, you put the meat in and start to brown.
And how long does that chicken have to cook like that?
What,
5
minutes on either side.
So you can get that really dark brown. So don't be afraid to get a nice dark brown. A nice medium high.
Okay. Which brings us back to one quick point. That the reason why we do use the brown sugar, the butter, and paprika, it gives it that dark glazed look that people like, like a right off the grill barbecue chicken.
Yummy, you're making me hungry. So let's see, what does that chicken look like when it's done? When it's ready, when you know that it's done
when we're
cooking.
ready to start smothering it, this is what it'll look like when you're ready to take it out of the pan.
Ooh.
See how it's kind of caramelized on both sides?
Okay.
And we're going to lay it on the plate with the smooth side up.
Alrighty. And then then you cook the vegetables.
Correct. Which then you're going to do don't empty out the drippings.
Save
Leave
that
them there.
good grease. Okay.
And what you're going to do is get that chicken out of the way and let it sit. And then take the vegetables we mentioned, put them in there and saute them down real good.
But a little bit firm, a little al dente.
We like it that way. We like them a little al dente.
Yeah.
Okay. Now we're going to assemble it, or
yes, we can assemble it. So And then it will explain how to make a little, you're gonna make a little sauce.
Oh, that's correct. Okay, so
right?
of course, all right, so we've done this. And, well, I guess
we've caramelized the chicken, it's well cooked. We've sauteed the veggies.
Still, don't throw the sauce at you, because now we're gonna add it, we're gonna pour a little bit of wine in there to deglaze the pan, and then you're gonna strain that over the final product. So just take the chicken, smother it a little bit like this, okay? There's plenty there.
Looking good.
And then at that point, after you've got your about 1 minute the wine inside the pan, and then just strain it over the top to give it a kind of a barbecue sauce flavor to it.
That's right.
Maybe
and we're
put
ready
some
to
green,
rock.
some
cilantro.
For coloring.
Let's take a look at our finished product here with some fresh cilantro.
Oh, there you go. Sherry's got.
Wow, and a glass of wine, and we're ready to rock and roll. Well, that looks delicious. And again, you can look on our website for the Mosheim Mansion or the Facebook page, The Mosheim Mansion, in order to get the details. And be sure to email us if you have any questions about the recipe. Bon appetit, just like Julia Child would say.